I forget to do the post check, I need one of y'all to be like, hey, we didn't do our post. How you feeling? And I know Dion probably gonna be the one because he don't play, okay? All right. So we are streaming right now on YouTube. And I want us to go around, whoever wants to go first, just let me know what you do and who you do it for, however you want to phrase it. Whoever wants to go first.
All right, I guess I'll go first. So my name is Kimberly Henderson. I help overextended women calm their internal chaos through the power of yoga and breath work.
I love it. All right, who's next?
I was allowing the ladies to go first, but uh, I guess that really doesn't matter. My name is Deanna Sylvester. I am the owner of Beyond Your 750 Club, where I help people repair their credit using their own devices, do it yourself. I created a Beyond Your Vision board, mental clarity journal, which I am interested in going into the B2B lane to actually use the journal on a corporate level to help teams get clarity in different departments at the same time, as opposed to just one-on-one.
Love that. Thank you. Thank you. All right, who's next?
I'll go next. My name is Ursula Williams. I'm a retired federal employee and up and coming prompt engineer. I've learned how to turn books into GPTs.
Okay. I love that for you. So this is random, but I see LaShana West in the room, and I don't know what's going on with Zoom, but does somebody have the same name as me? I know that sounds weird, but what's going on?
You're in here twice, three times, really.
Yeah, and I seen somebody come off camera and it said LaShana West. That's why I'm trying to figure out what the freak is going on. So help me understand. Uh,
LaShawna, you probably sent me your link. You sent me the one we had yesterday, and that's probably why it came up like that. It's Coach Love.
I'm like, what's going on? Okay, thank you for that.
So I'll go out and try to come back in and see if it registers me as myself.
Please do. And I don't know how that happened. For my security patrol people, help me understand what's going on. So listen, please come off you. Oh, Nicole has mine too. Nicole, please change your name.
I'm trying to figure out. I can't. I'm on my phone, but I can't even see where
I'll change it for
the
you.
name is.
I got you. I just changed it for you.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even notice that it popped up like that. Got it.
No worries. Do you want to let everybody know who you are?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole. I empower women on their healing and self-love journeys. So I have a life coaching business. I also do therapy as well. And my goal is to also open up a private practice with therapy.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So listen, guys, because of time, go ahead, introduce yourself in the comments. And what I want us to do first, right now in this moment, I want you to think about your intention when it comes to self accountability. And the reason why I'm asking this question is because at the end of the day, someone can give you the keys to the kingdom, right? They could give you everything that you ask for, the money, the relationship, the knowledge, the power, the respect, all the things. But if you don't have the self accountability, and if you don't have your own determination and your own momentum, it doesn't matter who you're coaching with, what program you're in, what course you read, none of that matters. And so I want you to think about your intention when it comes to self accountability in this season. And I'm not asking you to grade yourself on how well you've been doing. It's more so, how do you want to operate in that area going forward? Because at the end of the day, one thing that I love about personal development, self development, mindset, mental health, every single day we get to wake up and decide to do something different, right? Coach Love, welcome back. I will be remiss if I didn't have you to introduce yourself since you got your camera on. When your camera's on, you will get called on more, guys. I'm doing this intentionally, and I do this because you guys know I specialize in mindset and mental health, but ultimately confidence. And if you want to be the next best speaker, if you want to book your next speaking gig, whether it's virtual or in person, we gotta practice. We gotta turn the camera on, do what's popping, right? So, Coach Love, let everybody know what you do.
Hey guys, Coach Love here. I'm a self-love mastery coach for Black boys and men. And I'm also an author and a speaker. Pardon, I'm not on my usual thing here. I'm battling with a headache right now, but I wanted to make sure that I was in the room to honor the commitment that I made to LaShana and myself today. So I'm here. It's good to see everyone, and thank you for allowing me to be in the space today.
Thank you for being here. And at the end of the day, being here is the best that we can do because I'll be honest with you, we could be doing anything. We could be driving, we could be at the store, we could be asleep, we could be watching TV. And there could be one thing or one question that somebody asks that sparks not only energy in you, but some momentum that maybe has been stagnant, right? So what I want to do right now, we're going to literally go over three areas. The first component is mindset, right? What are the limiting beliefs that have been keeping you stuck? And what are the beliefs and the synergy that's been keeping you moving? And if there's a question around mindset, and ultimately it's how you perceive things. Perception is reality. So if I perceive that I'm not good at what I do, no one's going to buy my stuff, and everybody else is doing better than me, then guess what? That's how I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna be showing up like this. How y'all doing? I might even have my camera off because I'm busy. Like we literally exude and operate in what we believe. The second piece of tonight is going to be messaging. If you need some feedback or some clarity about what you've been communicating to your audience to see is it gelling, or if you know there's a disconnect but you just don't know what it is, that's going to be where you want to ask your question around messaging. And then the last piece is marketing, which I equate to momentum. Because if you have your mindset right, your beliefs are there, your confidence is there, you're going to articulate and put yourself out there in a different way, which leads to that momentum and that marketing, which then leads to the, y'all know I'm big on alliteration. What's this, y'all? Start with an M.
Mizzle.
Okay.
Shmoney.
Money, money, money,
Get
money.
that shmoney. Start with a SHM, but it's all good.
Okay, money. Exactly. So the first area, and mind you, if you end up jumping to messaging before we get there, that is totally okay. But it's mindset. So raise your hand if you have a question for me, if you need some flushing out of something that's going on, raise your hand. I'm going to bring you to stage and we're going to literally do some hot seat mindset coaching. I will say this, I know it's a little nerve-wracking where you in a group with people you don't know, but guess what? At the end of the day, you got to ask for what you want. You are deserving of sharing who you are, what you need, so you can get to the next level. So go ahead, raise your hand. We're literally going to kick off this mindset hot seat coaching right now. And if you're like, LaShana, I'm good on mindset, but I have a question around messaging or marketing, that's cool too. But more than likely, I'm going to be honest with y'all. What do y'all think it usually goes back around to?
Mindset.
It
Yeah,
does.
I'll read it. All right.
It does. And that's okay because it all go together real bad, like Carisha, please. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know how to do something a little corny. So who's
I'm trying to
first?
find my hand raised thing. Where's the hand raised?
You're gonna go to react.
React. Okay.
Well, I already know you want to do it, so
Oh.
look, let me spotlight you. I'm spotlighting me. And what's up? You have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. And thank you for this platform. This is greatly, greatly appreciated. I have been in the BTC industry like since 97, 98, just business to consumer for years and years and years.
Mhm.
And now looking to make the transition to from business to business, it's a different dynamic. And I still say it has to be imposter syndrome because I'm under this thing like you haven't spoken to a HR person, you haven't spoken to a person in DEI, but they're still not too different from just a regular person. So my mindset or clarity, I need to get clear on, I don't know, this the introduction, I suppose, because I'm using Apollo to reach out through LinkedIn to
Mhm.
those people,
Yeah.
and what I'm saying, I believe that's why I'm not getting in that door when I'm knocking on that door. That's my mental, like, why am I not getting answers when I'm virtually sending this email? I'm doing due diligence, like researching that particular person, what college they went to, what they like, their dogs and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
putting that in my subject line. And I'm still getting goose eggs. I'm like, what's going on? It got to be something with me. So yeah, my belief system is off.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for being the first person to ask the question. Let me ask you this. Are you reaching out to the right decision makers?
I mean, I'm reaching out as far as LinkedIn. I'm reaching out to the VPs, the HRs, the DEI directors, specifically, and I did have it to specific niches that I am targeting as well. And before I didn't, I know it's cold marketing,
Yeah.
but like I said, I am doing due diligence to try to find out a little bit about each person before I send that custom email.
Got you. So there's two things. Number one, there are gatekeepers to the decision maker, and you're jumping over the gatekeeper, the assistant, the people who literally protect their energy. More than likely, you might not get a response from those people, but who is connected to the VP? Who's connected to the HR? It's going to be the HR specialist. It's going to be the HR assistant. It's going to be the personal assistant, the secretary. You want to build a rapport with them because then you literally have a red carpet of them introducing you versus you being a cold lead. And then secondly, Dion, right now you are taking a passive approach. I need you to get outside. If you want to get to the HR at Chick-fil-A, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna go up to Chick-fil-A. You're gonna have in hand the things, the tangible things that you've been working on, and you can ask to speak to a manager right then and there. And even if they can't help you, they're gonna give you a card or a contact of the HR person. We are in Atlanta, okay? We're not in Kentucky, we're not in Topeka, Kansas, and if y'all already know that's where I'm from. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. I was
Right.
right downtown. I see Carter's, I see LinkedIn, I see all of these big companies. Guess what you're gonna have to do? You're
Go
gonna
in.
have to go knock on the door. So there's two things. Stop trying to reach the direct person. I'm not saying don't at all, but you need to do something in addition. And
Yes.
I would suggest at least once a week, pick the company that you want to start nurturing and go there. What are your thoughts on that?
I would have to agree with that because I mean, where I am currently, I went into the events planners department, not as a employee, but as the owner of Beyond the 750 Club, and I pitched her and asked her could I give her the 3-pack clarity for 50 of her employees, and she said, "Well, do you have a PDF, something to show me so I can look at?" And I said, "Yes, I do, and I'll send it to you." I did not have it at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but I do have it now, and then I sent it to her in the email. So I actually started with CarMax, my current employer,
Gotcha.
and it's interesting that you said to do that. So I just need to 10x that, I suppose, and not just stay with CarMax. I started with CarMax, but as you said, open other doors. There are a lot of sales companies that their sales agents are stressed and burnt out, and they need clarity. So
Exactly. You wouldn't have learned that you needed a pitch deck. And I know you knew, but it wasn't priority, and you wouldn't have known that had you not did what you did with CarMax. Also, are you connected to Urban League, Black Chamber of Commerce, whoever where you already got a connection to? That's an easy way in. I just joined ABC Atlanta Black Chambers. 2 weeks after I joined, I got accepted to one of their accelerators. So I think a lot of times we're paying to get in certain rooms that are no longer in alignment. You need to reassess the rooms that you are investing to get in that are in alignment with where you want to go now. Okay?
okay.
You got anything else for me?
No, I will pass the baton over to the next king or queen.
All right. And mind you, like this is very laid back. If something else comes up and you want to get on spotlight again, you totally can. So before we go to the next person, because this is vicarious learning, what was y'all's biggest breakthrough or aha moment from that quick dynamic that I had with Dion? You can just come off mute and share.
I would say, I guess I might be dating myself, but I definitely think um we have so much access to technology. I kind of prefer the vibe that you said to like just directly interact with people. I think the person to person touch is like people don't hardly do that anymore. So I feel like if you make the effort to do that, you'll stand out. The Chamber of Commerce place she was talking about, I know that they do like virtual events and there's hundreds of people on there every week. If you log into that, see whose face you recognize and tap into that. And I would just say the only other thing is I would agree with what LaShana said. We're in a time where you don't need to. You're taking. I understand the passive approach, but I'm also thinking you don't need to do with what you're doing. You don't need to do the cold market part. You know too many people. You can start right within your network and expand from that. That'll make what she's telling you to do easier to follow through on and the follow up. It's not going to be an issue. You speak very well. You know how to approach people. Your issue is not your front part. Your issue is going to be the follow up and the follow through. If you
Yeah.
can connect with the people already, the follow through will get you to the point that you're trying to get to. You're picking the wrong group of people and you're picking the wrong, not wrong, but you're picking what doesn't fit
Understand.
with your personality and what your capabilities are, is what I want to say.
Yeah, yeah. And this is the thing. I don't think there's any such thing as wrong. And I know that's not what you meant, but I just
Right.
want to go deeper on that. That's the thing. We think we're doing something wrong, and honestly, as long as you're doing something, it's right. Because
Right.
we're trying, we're testing, and we're tweaking. And Dion, that doesn't mean stop what you're doing on LinkedIn. I was just chatting with Kimberly
Right.
in her one-on-one session. We're going to have to be doing different things to see which one is working. This is the
Understood.
hypothesis phase. You know what I mean?
Yes. I
All
was
right,
just
cool.
visually just taking the clarity kit, the clarity kit in the bag and just dropping it off, having that interaction with whoever that gatekeeper is and
Yep.
leaving them with a clarity pack. Uh, and probably not necessarily a hardcover journal, maybe a paperback journal, but it's something I can work on. But I appreciate that, seed. Thank you.
Yeah. And not only that, hey Jennifer, this is the thing. The fortune is in the follow up. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So don't think just because you drop off this cutesy, very demure pack that they're going to be running to the races. No, it's
Right.
going to be sitting for a little bit. And then 2 days, 3 days later, hey, Keisha, I dropped off the clarity pack. Were you able to get to it yet? Oh my God, no. My bad. Let me get to it. It's that follow up series. So while we're
Yeah.
sitting with maybe no clients or little amount of clients, guess what we could be doing? The email sequences, batch creating content, market research. We're never not busy in business. So don't be busy wondering why something's not happening. Continue to work on other things while it's happening on the back end. Does that make sense?
It does.
Awesome. So if you guys just joined, we're literally doing hot seat coaching. What questions do you have around mindset, messaging, marketing, and momentum? Momentum is more so the launch phase. Like if you're having master classes or you are doing live events. That's what I mean by momentum. Who is next? What question do you have? And there's no such thing as a silly question, okay? Like right now, everybody hand should be up. I'm just saying, but I digress. And I'm sitting over here looking like Rainbow Bright. And I love it. Hey,
Indeed. You
Jennifer,
got
what
it.
you got for it?
Hey, LaShana. Thank you for hosting this. My question, and hello everyone. So just for those of you who don't know me, I'm Coach Jen B. I focus on mindset, clarity, and confidence building. And my question, so I've started my business on paper back in 2023, end of 2023. Um, and now I've been doing more of a deep dive. But the social media part, I've been more of a consumer of social media, not necessarily on the creator side of things. And so any guidance that you can share as far as like building up that following, and just to kind of give you a little bit of what I have done. I did roughly like 30 days of lives just to kind of start getting my profile more visible. And so I think it helped a little bit. I got up to, I think I'm at 26 followers right now.
Nice.
But on the Facebook page, there's like nothing. So
Mhm.
any guidance there, and also wanting to make sure that I'm like creating meaningful content. Um, so yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, Jennifer, congratulations on starting your own thought leadership and brilliance to put your voice out into the world. Like that is the biggest hurdle. Even though you might not know exactly how to do it, you said, you know what? This is what I'm excellent at. This is what I love to do, and I'm going to put it out there. So congratulations to that. This is the thing. You gotta find where your home is, and you don't know where your home is until you try different homes. What do I mean by that? Your people might be on TikTok, they might be on LinkedIn, they might be on Instagram, they might be on Facebook, they might be on YouTube where they want long form content. You won't know that until you actually start trying in different areas. But I think the biggest thing is be proud of the small following right now because you're getting your bearings and goofing up and stuttering and not really knowing what to say and how to say it perfectly like you want it. That's great. You want to know why? There's going to be a time where you have 20, 30 people viewing you on IG Live, or your DM is blowing up with questions and whatnot. And when you have a smaller following, you're able to give those people what they need and nurture them and really spend time with them. So this is a great way right now for you to practice and see what you like. You might really, really love doing quick, bite-sized pieces of education with reels, right? You might want to do an IG live series, how to go from stuck to success in my 3-step method. And I think because I know when I first started, I didn't have really good clarity on what I was doing. I was more general. Now I'm a business therapist and mindset coach. I've niched down very, very specific to where when people think of I got imposter syndrome, I'm struggling with this, I have limiting beliefs, and I still want to build a business, hence healing while building. I didn't get here overnight. So in short, I love that you did a 30-day shindig. Drop your Instagram in the comments so we can follow and support you. I want you now to go back and look at your data. What messaging or what post got the most traction? It doesn't mean the most comments or likes, but it's more so because you can look at your analytics on the back end. Maybe when you started talking about fear or you started talking about corporate, whatever it was, you got more questions, you got more comments, you got more interactions. Assess that and lean into that, right? What I mean by lean into that, create more of that. ChatGPT is gonna be your bestie, your best friend in the universe, and you literally can tell Chat, "Hey Chat, I'm new in business. I focus on mindset, confidence building, and XYZ. I did a 30-day run on Instagram. I didn't get much traction. Give me 5 ways that I can increase my visibility and not feel defeated." Like I'm literally just making this up, but you gotta talk to Chat like you're literally talking to your coach, if you may. The second thing that I would like to share with you, Jen, is go, and this I'm taking you through the framework that I do with all my clients on the first session. Go find 2 to 3 platforms that you love, that excite you, and that are similar to you, right? And I want you to ask yourself, what do I like about this platform? Oh, I love that they have bright colors. I love that they specialize in mental health. I love that they're very consistent in their content. And then I want you to find 2 or 3 gaps. What is it that they're not doing? They don't have a community. I see all these comments and all this engagement and nobody's responding. Analyze 2 or 3 platforms that are similar to you. And I literally want you to get inspo, not copy. We're going to get inspo to what you like, and we're going to fill the gap. So what you're doing is you're separating yourself from, because everybody named mama, I do confidence and mindset. Everybody named mama do it. But how are you different? And why would Dion come to you over Keisha, who do it, over LaShana, who specializes in it, and over Maxwell, who does it? So basically, you're going to spend more time finding your superpower. That is going to get you more energized. It's going to ignite you. And also, it's going to help you to be authentic and not, because coming from corporate, y'all know we be code switching. Y'all know we be doing a little something, something. But the beauty of having your own business is you get paid to be you. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Indeed.
I know I just literally went on a rant.
No, it makes perfect sense.
So tell me, what did you hear me say?
Yeah, so first and foremost, just making sure that I am proud of that following that I do have, leveraging that opportunity with that small audience to really give them a more customized level of service. So what I also got gathered from that was also those people, if I serve them well, then they can help spread the word, which may also increase my following. Also focusing on things like bite-sized education in those reels. And then also um, leveraging that opportunity to start to scale down and find my niche. You also talked about looking at or leveraging ChatGPT to help increase my interaction, getting some advice from ChatGPT. So I've already structured it to my voice and everything. So I wrote down the prompt that you mentioned. And then finding 2 to 3 platforms. So I guess one clarifying question, are you talking like platforms in terms of YouTube, or are you talking in terms of like if someone has like a Mighty Networks community, like what do I like about their community or their website or
Great question. I'm glad you asked that. No, I want you to go find 2 or 3 actual coaches, consultants, service providers who do similar to what you do. Basically, your competitor.
Okay.
Right? And then for everybody on here, and I know no one, if you do not have an initial survey form where you're collecting data on every single person that you talk to, right? Whether they book a call with you or whether they're like, hey, I want to pick your brain, get your Google Doc immediately. Y'all, if I pulled up my Google Doc, I've had over 20 years, not 20 years, what the freak, over 4 or 5 years. And mind you, now I use my software. One Google form has 250 entries, and then there's another one that has 300. What do y'all think that I can do with all of that data that I've collected over the past 4 or 5 years of being in business? What can I do with that data?
You can monetize it.
How so?
You send your information that you have we don't pitch them every day, but they're in your circle. So you continue to drop feed them with content, with information, and keep them first of mind. When they do want to buy something that's in your niche, they want to think of you first because you're always in contact with them.
Very good. That's the long term, but what is the initial thing that I can do with all that data too? Because we definitely want to monetize it. So Jennifer said follow up, engage, offer. Basically, y'all, I can pull out the themes of why people are coming to me.
Right.
I literally sift through that and see, wow, 90% of these people struggle with fear, worry, and doubt. 80% of these people said that they came to me because of imposter syndrome. And let me tell you a couple things that I asked in that initial form, and then if anyone would like to raise their hand and be on hot seat, let me know because we're actually wrapping up at 7:55. I got at 8 o'clock. I asked them, where did they learn about me from? Who else have they reached out to for services? Why do I ask that, y'all?
Competition and competitors to find out who they are.
Yeah.
I want to know who else you think is good as me. Okay? I'm being facetious, but I really ain't. Right? I also asked them, what have they tried so far? Why am I asking them that, y'all?
To gauge their readiness.
Gauge their readiness. Very good. I like how you put that. And I also asked them my fairy godmother question. If a fairy godmother came right now and granted you your wish on what you envision yourself being, how much money you're making, what you're doing, how your life is right now, what would that look like? Why am I asking that?
So you can help them get to the end result or the desired destination.
But yes, and why else?
They got to see it before they can seize it. They got to see it.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
Realistic ambitions. Make sure they're realistic.
That's good. And y'all, we can't serve every single person that want to work with us. I'm making sure that we're both in alignment. Am I able to serve you with my brilliance and my superpowers? Or do you have an unrealistic expectation? And mind you, it's never yes or no. It's a question. Hey, I see that you say you want to make 20K in 6 months. How much have you made so far? Nothing. Okay, great. Let's do baby steps. What do you think you can make in your first milestone? And if it makes sense, then we can go to the next step. But every single person that reaches out to you, baby, that don't mean that that's your client. Okay? And that's why we got to know who we are and who we're best serving, because then you're going to end up hating what you do. We not out here hoeing. Okay, sorry y'all. All right.
I got you.
All right, let me do a quick post check because I love both questions so far. I want to hear from somebody that heard something that they took some notes, because this is something that they've been struggling with or working on. Anybody that hasn't asked a question yet, but this session has been helpful already. I seen y'all head down taking notes. I don't know why y'all lying. Let me
I took notes, but I think the one key thing was gathering the information or the data for why people are coming to me. Like, I never thought about that. Like, I had prior clients come to me and I'm like, oh, but I didn't ask those questions. So, but had I asked those questions, I could have had that information and possibly spoken to those people, or integrate that into my content.
Yeah, and not only that, if all these people are finding you on TikTok, but you spend it all day, 25/8 on YouTube, that lets you know where you should be spending your time. Most people either find me on social media, on Instagram, or a speaking engagement that I've spoken at. And mind you, I know a couple of you guys are in the speaker accelerator. I get booked to speak at least, I would say, 5 to 8 times per month. Some paid, some not. But regardless, I end up getting paid on the back end, because it's now I have the new lead, or now I have the new client, or now I have the new awareness of someone now knows who I am. And so, and I don't want to go into speaking and whatnot. We can talk about that next month at the next session. But bottom line, you got to ask questions in order to know what next step to take. Okay. All right. Who is next? Who has a question? Stop acting shy, y'all. I'm about to call on y'all.
I
Seriously.
don't have a question. I'm good. I'm just taking it in.
Okay. Well, let me ask y'all this. What are you guys focusing on right now in this season? And mind you, this is not a session about, oh, I'm trying to make more money, because I'll be honest with you, money's energy. The money's going to come. I want us to be well. I want us to be happy. I want us to be excited and energized about what we're doing versus transactional. That's not sustainable, right? So I would love to know everybody's focus. Like, what are you focusing on in this season? And I'll go first. I'm focusing on working smarter and not harder, streamlining my time, and literally delegating what I don't need to be doing. I do not need to be up in Canva making graphics, and I do love to do it. I'll get distracted and be whipping something up when I have other deadlines. And so that enables me to have more capacity for myself, for my mental health, spend time with family. And so when that is worked on, because you guys know I'm the curator of Healing While Building, the building comes less at a sacrifice, and it's more as it's infused into your life versus something that you have to do to check off a box. So that's literally what I'm working on in this season. What are you guys working on?
I would say I'm working on more being an anchor and a guide for my audience versus a student. I would also say I am focused on being seen, like wholly as myself, like, not hiding behind my content or hiding behind my degrees or anything else like that. And then also enjoying the process.
Mm.
So those are my top three.
I love the being seen part, Kimberly, and thank you for being honest with that. Because a lot of times, guys, all these people that we think are confident and that we think are doing all the things, living their best life, they're faking it till they make it, and they're not being their true authentic selves. And that causes unhappiness, that causes resentment. And what I call it's called drug, sex, and rock and roll. You end up resorting to the negative things because you feel like you're not even being seen as your true self. You're putting on a facade. And so for you to be early in the game and working on being seen and being comfortable with that, I just want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
I know it's not easy.
At all. But we here.
Wow.
Yep.
Coach Love, I see you came off mute. What's popping?
Um, that last part you just said, it's funny you say that. I had a real life experience with that. A lot of people really are not well and they're pretending to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at pretending. I can't make fake facial expressions. I can't make fake vocabulary that I think, would be best if I'm not in that space. Um, but right now I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting because in the last 30 days I've fully transitioned out of corporate permanently. So that's been different. You guys, if you don't know, I've always kind of been doing both. Working and then, working 9 to 5 and then working 5 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Which was actually very taxing. So right now I'm in a space of resetting my mind to focus on making sure that I am sticking to my schedules and following my time blocks. You hear about like when you got all this time, people think, it's always this commentary of when you transition, now you got all this free time. You
Yeah.
really don't. You still have the same 24 hours, but you have to be more. I feel like I have to be more targeted in what I want to focus on. And then a few of you here know I wasn't a fan of showing myself. Like I love like being like the faceless brand person. Like unless you came to a session, you was not gonna see my face. But now I shared with LaShana, Dion, I'll share it with you as well. I've started before I actually left my job. I had already started planning to showcase myself more by doing features in magazines, doing contributions with magazines, and doing podcast interviews because, like LaShana said, I have to do what works for my personality. Some of the stuff that people be saying to do, I don't do it. I'm not a fan of doing it. It doesn't go well with, my type of business and what I do. And then just because I have such an intimate type of business where I'm working directly with men and boys, that's a really intimate and personal and intense experience. I
Mm-hmm.
can't market the fact that I do that the same way other mental health coaches or anybody else markets that. So the approach that I've taken has been working really well. So I've kind of gotten over that whole fear of showing my face. And then the last thing I'm working on is like what you said, LaShana, like just still making sure I enjoy the whole process. It's different now. It's way different than I ever could imagine it would be. But I am finding that because I am now able to focus on my practice full time,
Yeah.
because many of you guys may know I only did it virtually. I'm now expanding to have full practice where I'm actually offering sessions in person. Actually, we're going outside. We're going to the beach. I'm offering beach sessions, and then considering doing workshops for fathers and sons together. So now knowing that I have the capacity, which
Mm-hmm.
I always knew I had, but it is a difference of having a time where I don't have to stop and say, all right, I got to go to work and
Yeah.
punch in and do my 12 hours or 16 hours. So I'm excited about it, but it's definitely a big transition. So I'm just allowing myself, like I said, day to day to stay focused, do the time blocking that really works, working and then taking a break and not just getting myself overwhelmed because I feel like I have to be working all the time. Um, and for once, though, I feel like it's a different kind of pressure as far as the money part of it. Like
Mm,
I've never been able to focus on working, in that space out of desperation because I'm like, I got to pay my bills.
yeah.
I can't function like that. So just having the fact of knowing that I have the passion, I actually have the time, and that I have the capacity to do it has been like something that's kind of recharged me in the space of doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm definitely going to stay plugged in to people like LaShana, because LaShana's awesome.
Thank you.
She has been here through the entire process. I think we've kind of seen each other go through the entire process. So I appreciate opportunities like this to kind of connect and reset and brainstorm and get feedback when it's needed. So thank you. And thank you guys for letting me share. It's definitely awesome being here.
No problem. Thank you for sharing. And I hope to see all of you guys at Healing While Building Summit in October. Actually, two of our speakers are literally on the screen. I'm not going to say who they are, but early bird tickets open on Friday for Healing While Building Summit. And I'll drop the links. You guys can check it out. Because of time, what I want to do is go over your self-reflection question and your accountability task. And this is what I need from y'all. Okay. I need you guys to create a piece of content that ties into your accountability of what you're going to be working on, that connects with your audience. For example, me personally, what I'll share with y'all, I would maybe make a reel or put it in my story, something like, hey, y'all, I'm sharing what I'm working on because I need y'all's accountability. I'm working on da 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 da. Comment back and let me know what you're working on so we can work on this together. Or I might have a reel of me pouring some hot tea saying I usually go to bed at 11 or 12 at night every night, but for the next 7 days, I'm committed to going to bed at 9 so I can rest up. Put a little poll. Who else struggles with this? Me, you. So do you see how you're doing your accountability, but you're bringing your audience along with you? Because believe it or not, guys, they struggle with it too. And so that is the challenge that I have for y'all. I need y'all to tag me because God told me to do these random sessions. If y'all see my capacity, I ain't got no business doing this right now. But I know that there's somebody in this on this call, whether you watch it on the live or the replay, who needed to be in this energy just for a quick kickstart. And so I'm obedient, and here we are. So that is the accountability. Drop me in the comments if you are up for the challenge, just so I can kind of just want to get a quick post check to see what's popping. Put me in the comments if you're up for the challenge of
Give a,
sharing your accountability, but tying it in with your audience.
I was
Okay,
just going to say, can you do an overview, just a brief description of that again, what the assignment is?
sure. You gonna make me do all that again? Sure, I sure will.
I
So
was writing.
listen. Step one: decide what you're going to work on in this season. Mental health, mindset, messaging, marketing, whatever it is, and figure out how to tie it into your content to involve your audience. For example, Dion, I'm gonna give you an example. You can't steal this, but I'm gonna just because I'm making this up at the top of my head. You can say something like, I am on a mission to connect with at least 100 people so I can share my clarity blueprint with them so they can XYZ. If you know anyone who's struggling with bop, 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 comment, da, da, da. Like, mind you, you didn't even really share like what your struggles are. That was literally just a pure call to action. That's okay. Because if you are so passionate about getting that into people's hands, guess what? We got to let everybody and their mama know, right? Here's another one. If you're working on connecting with others, maybe your accountability task is reaching out to 3 people to see if they want to be on your new IG Live series, How to Break Through Fear. Jen, I know you new in the game, but guess what? There's so many people that want to connect. You literally, Jen, can reach out to someone and be like, hey, Keisha, I'm loving your content. I see you specialize in grief. That is an arena that I want to learn more about. Would you love to do a 30-minute Instagram live where I could just ask you some questions and we can connect? Girl, they're going to be like, yes. Okay. All right. What last questions do y'all have? I got a couple minutes. And Nicole, I see you on camera. And Nicole, I know you got a question for me, boo boo, because you're working on a lot. So what's popping? What you got?
Yes. So I think one thing that I've been trying to work on is just focus and like consistently staying focused with everything that's been going on. I would still like to transition into full-time entrepreneurship. And right now I'm like really trying to give myself, I don't know if it would help to give myself like a deadline since I've kept pushing things back. So I've been thinking about that. But right now my goal is staying focused and then also just finishing up this ebook. we spoke about that book at our last individual sessions, which is 10 Reasons Why You Can't Get Out of the Toxic Love Cycle. So I'm trying to finish that, but I'm having some blocks and I have been using ChatGPT as well for
Mhm.
like help with just making the table of contents and things. But yeah, it's been hard for me to focus and finish in one sitting. And I did finish, I wrote it, like I hand wrote it, but I didn't actually type it into the template and I'm having trouble making it look the way that I want it to look. So
When do you plan on taking it from paper and manuscript to digital?
I would like to do it now. Like my plan was this week actually, as soon as possible, because I do still want to meet and then I wanted to get your feedback. And then I started planning the first event for like the first week of August, I think. So I have a little bit of time to start planning for that and do content. But the event will go with the book. So it'll be about the toxic love cycle.
And what do you feel like the block is? Because I know you know what it is. Is it, and let me share some things.
Mm-hmm.
Is it motivation? Is it energy? Is it knowledge? Is it clarity? Or is it confidence?
I think it's a mixture of the motivation and energy.
Okay. And you know about my 5X the Y method, right?
What is it? I think I've heard it before, but
Yeah. And Ursula, I'm so glad you're on here because I'm about to tell them about healing while building buddy in a minute. Okay. So 5X the why is you need to ask yourself why 5 times to get closer to the root cause of
mm-hmm,
what's going on. If
mm-hmm,
it's energy and motivation, and mind you, I got to jump in a minute.
mm-hmm,
That is deeper rooted, and I've worked with you in the past. So when we do our one-on-one, I
mm-hmm,
know we'll get some breakthrough, but you can get the breakthrough that you need right now, and you
mm-hmm.
just gotta face it in the mirror,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and FYI, Coach Love says she loves the title of your book.
Oh, thank you.
So this is the thing, Nicole. Come
Mm-hmm.
close, come close.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there looking for you and they can't find
Mm, yeah.
you. You could be creating content and still connecting
Mm-hmm.
while you're in pursuit. Baby, I got 65 pre-orders for my book that I'm working on. I've been
Mm,
creating
wow.
content
Congratulations.
5-8. Thank you. So you need this. And I want you to ask yourself why 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you, you're going to get closer to the root of what's going on. Um, I'm rooting for you. You just let me know when you want to do your one-on-one.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Yes, so I'll be doing that. Why 5 times?
Why 5 times?
Yeah.
For example, I'm just gonna do this really quick, and I probably shouldn't because I'm going on a tangent. But if you say, "Oh, I don't want to be on IG Live. I don't got confidence." Why not? I never really like showing up and talking in front of people and being spotlight. Why not? It started when I was younger. Like I was bullied and I never felt pretty. Like people would always talk about me, so I kind of just stayed in the corner. Why was that? So then you see what's going on stems from unresolved childhood junk
Mm-hmm.
that we've been compartmentalizing, putting on a shelf that we need to do the work, hence healing while building. Whether you work with someone like me, a business therapist, life coach, a mental, like whatever it is, most times, especially being that you're in the mental health field now and you've been in it for a minute and you're still serving others, do you know that true imposter syndrome is when we're actually doing the thing and teaching the thing, but not doing the thing ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all caught that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna get you
Mm-hmm.
off the hot seat, boo boo.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Um, really quickly though,
Mm-hmm.
Ursula is creating a customized chat for me. It's called Healing While Building Buddy. We have not rolled it out yet, but when I do roll it out, it's going to my clients first. And then they're gonna be like the beta. But when I tell y'all, matter of fact, Ursula, tell them a little bit about Healing While Building Buddy and how astonished and excited you are about what you're building for me.
Well, it's a GPT, and I've just been learning prompt engineering. And LaShana and I had a conversation, and I'm like, I think I could do that, and I'm really surprised that I've actually done it. And yeah, I can't wait till we get finished with it. But yeah, I'm proud of myself. had it not been for LaShana, I probably would not have known that I had this skill.
He pulls
Yeah,
that out of all of us.
but
Oh yeah, LaShana's the best.
thank y'all. But Ursula, you missing one point. We've been asking it questions, and it literally is my brain, my voice, and I even asked the same question to the regular chat GPT, and it was vague, it was not as in depth, and it was not as impactful. So what she's doing, she's literally behind the scenes doing the engineer work, whatever, to create a sidekick for me. Now, some people might be like, well, sis, if it's so good and it's just like you, what they need you for? That's scarcity mindset. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the people who need it. For example, Nicole could use that right now
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
literally break through. So not rolling it out yet. We're doing a little bit more tinkering. Ursula, I want to thank you. And Ursula, make sure you drop your Instagram in the chat. Quick question before we wrap up. Was tonight helpful? And I don't want a one-word answer. I need you to elaborate on if it was, why, and if it wasn't, why not. Let me get at least 2 shares. What's popping? What's popping? What's popping?
I'm going to say the unique selling proposition that you spoke about, because majority of people like have the mental clarity, the mindset, but what makes yours different from the next person? I think for me, that was like an aha moment to work on my own unique selling proposition.
Good, good. And even though that even wasn't your question, because you were in this room, you got that breakthrough. Kudos to you. Let me get 1 or 2 more shares.
Correct. Okay, I'm gonna mute.
I I can always count on coming to any of LaShana's events and getting the energy I need. I didn't have nearly the amount of energy I got now when I came on the call. So I'm
Oh,
thankful that sometimes just being in space, sharing space, even though it's just virtual, people don't take for granted that virtual is like not possible to connect. You really can connect virtually. And I'm thankful that I followed through,
mhm.
followed the money is in the follow up, that I followed through and stayed committed and showed up because I definitely need to hear everything that everyone shared. And now that I'm like, out of the pan and into the fire. I
Mhm.
definitely needed a boost. So thank you guys for that. And I'm excited to see what everyone is creating. And I hope you all will follow me so I can follow you back because I don't see everybody's handles, but I'm happy to follow and support and help. Shana, Dion, you all can attest to that. I'm here as a resource if you need it. If I can't be a resource, I will certainly direct you to someone who can be.
Most definitely. Thank you, Coach Love. All right, let me get one more. Let go, let go, let go.
I just want to say that I appreciate how you take something that seems so grand and simplify it, because I think that helps each of us feel like, okay, we can do this. And I think that's a testimony to who you are as a person, but also as a coach. So I appreciate you demonstrating and also sharing the value.
No problem. Thank you for being here. Y'all, this is my nephew's mom. So I really love seeing her in the building. Jennifer's a brilliant mind, and when I seen that she stepped into coaching, I was excited because every single person in the world should have a coaching arm to who they are because we're more than just working in corporate. We're more than just our title. We are so much more, and you can't be more unless you know that you're more and you go for more. So I was super excited when I seen that you leaned into that. And I know you've been leaning into it for a minute, but now I'm aware of it. So I just want to congratulate you on that. Nicole said this was very helpful, LaShana. Thank you. I'm excited to try the 5 whys. Yeah, it's also in my Succeed Mindset course, which I think you have access to, Nicole. So look, guys, I gotta run. I cannot wait to see y'all
You
Instagram.
guys.
Can't wait to see y'all Instagram. Do your homework. And you get 3 of these. So you get 2 more every first Wednesday of the month. Also, if you're like, okay, these are cool, but I need to work with you, book a complimentary clarity call. Let's jump on a call, see if we are in alignment because I would love to help you get to the next level. See you guys later. Oh, can y'all like say bye? Because I want to do a little reel. Bye,
See
guys.
y'all. See y'all.
Bye. Lisa, you've been a fly on
Thanks,
the wall.
LaShana.
I'm a pinch
Thank
you.
you.